There's so much to talk about. Okay, so we have Noah and the flood. The Lord, the people of the earth have become, as you've heard, they've turned to evil, and there's only one household that is good, and that's Noah and his, well, it's actually Noah, but the Lord saves his household. And he washes away all the evil of the earth with the flood, and they're saved in the ark, in this boat, wooden boat. So that's them saved. We have the issue with the animals. I always, whenever I hear about the animals going to the ark, it's usually animals going to the ark. How many? 2 by 2 is what we normally hear. They go and all the songs are about 2 by 2. And if we listen to that passage, it doesn't say 2 by 2 actually. Because it says of the clean animals, 7, and actually it's 7 pairs. And unclean animals, it's 2 in pairs. So the clean animals, 7 pairs, and the unclean animals, just a single pair. I'm made to understand by the commentaries that this is so that the clean animals are used for sacrifice and for food. And so by having 7 pairs, it enables Noah and his family to offer sacrifice to the Lord. You wouldn't do that with the unclean animals. But the Lord has cleansed the world of evil, and he starts a new creation. We'll hear more about that later. Well, actually, it won't be later. It'll be after Easter. We'll hear about the new creation that the Lord is doing. So I'll give you a little bit of an advance warning then. So he's going to the Lord is going to do a new creation. After the floods come down and washes everything away, what we hear is God basically using the same formulas, the same words he used at the creation. And he blesses Noah and his family. Be fruitful and multiply. He gives them the food. You can have the plants as your food, but he adds also that they can eat of the flesh of animals, except with conditions. And so in the same way, it is a new creation that has happened. And the Lord has washed the whole earth with this water. The Lord wants to wash the whole earth with his living water. The Lord wants to have a new creation. That's what he desires. The water of Noah and the flood, for us, they're a symbol of baptism. And in baptism, we are submerged in water, we die, and sin is washed away, and we come to new life in him. We are saved by the wood of the cross. The wood of the ark is made of wood, and the family household is saved by the wood of this ark, and we are saved by the wood of the cross through water, of the waters of baptism. Jesus is in a boat, in an ark, as you would say in the gospel, and he's talking to his disciples, and it's connected. I don't know if the people who put the lectionary together, maybe they knew exactly what they were doing, and that's why they put it there, but he's talking to the disciples, and he's talking about, they think he's talking about the bread, and because they've got no food, but Jesus is talking about the leftovers. Do you remember the leftovers when the Syrophoenician woman came and she was begging for his help with her daughter? And Jesus says, the food of the children is not to be given to the house dogs. And she said, but the food, the leftovers, those scraps that fall from the table, that, the dogs can eat. And so Jesus is speaking about the scraps, the leftovers. How many leftovers feeding of the 5,000? 12. And so Jesus is talking about the 12 tribes of Israel and his gospel, this new creation going out to the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he speaks about the feeding of the 4,000. We didn't speak about that much the other day, but the feeding of the 4,000, that happened in a pagan territory. And there were 7 basketfuls left over. And the tradition, the Jewish tradition is that there were 7 pagan countries dwelling in Canaan before the Israelites came in. And so there is that symbolism of the 7, the Gentile territories, which will be of the earth, which will be evangelized, which will experience new creation. The book of Habakkuk speaks about how the knowledge of the Lord, of the glory of the Lord, will cover the earth as the water covers the sea. And that's the desire of the Lord, that the apostles, that the church go out to bring this new creation, that all the earth will experience a new creation, will be washed, that evil will be washed away by the waters of baptism, and the earth will be made new, so that there will be a new people, a new family of God, a new holy people, and those who are evil will be washed away. What is evil is washed away. And so not necessarily people, but sin, so that we become a people consecrated to the Lord.